Imagine your brain as a movie editor, piecing together your reality from sensory footage. But what if it keeps inserting the wrong scenes, favoring drama, fear, or self-criticism, while cutting out the good stuff? These mental mis-edits are called cognitive distortions, automatic convincing thought patterns that warp reality and fuel anxiety or depression. Today, we'll expose the 10 most common glitches in your mental software, tracing each one to the brain circuits and chemistry behind it. For every distortion, I'll define it, show a real-life example, reveal the brain science, and give you practical, evidence-based strategies to rewire your mind. This is more than positive thinking. It's applied neuroscience for everyday life. Let's dive in 10 distortions, one roadmap from thought to neuron. First up, all or nothing thinking, the voice that says, if it's not perfect, it's a failure. Example, you eat healthy all day but have one cookie. Suddenly, I've blown it, might as well give up. This is your amygdala, your brain's alarm, hijacking the nuanced thinking of your prefrontal cortex, forcing you into black and white judgments. To rewire, use spectrum statements. Instead of I failed, rate your effort on a scale. Maybe you hit 90% of your goal. This brings your rational brain back online, adding shades of gray the amygdala ignores. Perfection isn't the only option. Overgeneralization is when one setback becomes a lifelong curse. This always happens to me. Example, your boss rejects a proposal and suddenly, I never get anything right. The amygdala tags the event with emotion. The hippocampus stores it as a pattern, making it feel like fate. To break this, use the 3 counterexamples technique. When you think, I always mess up, force yourself to recall 3 times you succeeded. This weakens the overgeneralized belief and retrains your memory center. One event isn't your destiny. The mental filter lets in only the negative, blocking out the positive. Example, you get 12 compliments and 1 critique after a presentation. Guess which one you obsess over? The brain's salience network tags criticism as more important, especially under stress. To rebalance, use the 3-for-1 rule. For every negative, write down 3 positives from the same situation. This forces your brain to notice the good and recalibrates your attention. Don't let one raindrop define your forecast. Discounting the positive means you see your wins, but dismiss them as luck or flukes. Example, you get a promotion, but think, they were just desperate. Your reward circuits light up, but your brain's valuation center refuses to let it count. To rewire, practice savoring. When something good happens, pause, replay it in your mind and ask, what did I do to contribute? This helps your brain assign value and lets the positive stick. Own your achievements. Jumping to conclusions comes in 2 flavors. Mind reading, they must be mad at me, and fortune telling, I'll blow the interview. Your brain predicts threats, not facts, and anxiety hijacks your logic. To retrain, use the 2 data point rule. Before believing a negative story, find 2 pieces of real evidence. If you can't, consider other explanations. Maybe your friend is just busy. This forces your prefrontal cortex to check the facts. Don't let assumptions write your script. Magnification blows up your flaws. Minimization shrinks your strengths. Example, a mild headache becomes a catastrophe, or a big win is brushed off as nothing. The brain's alarm system amplifies threats, while reward circuits underplay your successes. Use catastrophe math. Rate the problem's real impact on a scale of 1 to 100. What's the actual risk? This puts problems in perspective and turns off the mental binoculars. See reality, not distortion. Emotional reasoning says, I feel it, so it must be true. Example, you feel anxious on a balcony, so you believe it's unsafe, even if it's solid. The insula floods you with emotion, bypassing your rational brain. Rewire with emotion labeling. I'm noticing anxiety instead of this is dangerous. This creates distance and lets your logic step in. Feelings aren't facts. Should statements are the inner critic's rulebook? I should be productive. I should go to the gym. These demands create guilt and stress, keeping your brain's error monitoring system on high alert. To break the cycle, swap should for could or prefer. I could go to the gym, but I'm choosing to rest. This turns rigid demands into flexible choices, reducing guilt. Rewrite your rules. Labeling turns mistakes into identity. I am a failure, instead of I made a mistake. This strengthens negative self-concepts in your brain's identity center. To rewire, focus on actions, not labels. I turned in the report late, not I'm irresponsible. Separate what you do from who you are. You're more than your worst moment. Actions aren't identity. Personalization means blaming yourself for things outside your control. Blame means refusing any responsibility. Example: a child thinks parents' arguments are their fault, or you blame a speeding ticket on the cop. The brain's guilt and threat circuits get stuck in overdrive. Use the responsibility pie chart. Assign percentages to every factor in a negative event. This brings balance and reduces guilt or victimhood. Share responsibility, don't shoulder or shove it all. We've covered 10 mental glitches and how to rewire them. The process: catch the thought, name the distortion, reframe with evidence, and repeat. Every time you do this, you strengthen the pathways between your rational and emotional brain. It's not a quick fix, but a lifelong practice of mental hygiene. Next time your inner editor splices in a faulty clip, you'll be ready to call cut. Keep thinking about your thinking, because that's free neurotherapy.